Like and subscribe on the way in the door, people. Today, I want to talk about, I just watched a segment from the #1 fanboy podcast, Club Shay Shay. And he had D-Wade on there. And D-Wade had a lot of interesting things to say. He talked about kind of how the Miami Big Three came about. And he talked about how he felt when LeBron left Cleveland. And he also talked about the 2011 finals. But before we get to that, I got a story for you fanboys. So this weekend, I was hanging out at one of my favorite places, one of my favorite bars to hang out at. And, I was approached by this woman who, she was from Cleveland. She struck up a conversation. She was from Cleveland. And she began to tell me how much she loves LeBron James. And she's going on and on about it. And I'm not saying anything because I'm like, we'll see where this goes. However, in the middle of her going on and on about how much she loves LeBron James, she stops and pauses and says, "Don't get me wrong, I'm a Michael Jordan fan first." She's from Cleveland, fanboys. Look, we talk about this all the time, but listen, accept it. The majority of people, including people in Cleveland, see Michael Jordan as the GOAT. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. I wish I could do something to make it easier to accept that news, but it is what it is. Anyway, so let's get back to D-Wade. So D-Wade talks about, so apparently when LeBron James came to Miami, it seems like they had kind of planned around him being there, especially D-Wade had planned the next several years with the thought in mind that LeBron James is going to be there. And it seems to be something they had actually talked about. Their kids getting to grow up around each other and all that kind of stuff, which, if I'm being honest, I think is ridiculous. It's like, as a competitor and a NBA professional who's getting millions of dollars to play basketball, to me, your only objective should be proving how good you are and beating the competition, not joining the competition. So this whole, trying to get together so that our kids can grow up together, that seems ridiculous to me. I'm just being honest. Anyway, so this seems like what they had kind of planned, and he talks about how the news of LeBron leaving Cleveland kind of hit him out of nowhere, and he talks about how he took it in stride and he wish LeBron the best to do what's best for his life, but he also mentions that he was pissed about it, which I think he should be if you guys had, seemingly made these plans. But I brought that up to say this. There's so many instances of LeBron James just being unloyal, just being only about himself. I mean, we've all seen it time after time after time after time. A lot of content creators did videos about LeBron James not attending D-Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony. And I didn't do one on that because, I'm like, well, who knows what the reason is? We don't have a definitive reason. But again, this constant theme of disloyalty seems to keep reappearing as it pertains to LeBron James. Leaving Cleveland, the first act of disloyalty. And his first big mistake in my eyes. Again, his second big mistake, leaving Miami. And apparently another act of disloyalty. If you all are supposed to be friends and you talked about this, and these other stars have based the future of their careers on you being there. But again, seemed like it's just kind of LeBron's MO at this point. Yeah. So it just seems to be too many coincidences for this not to be LeBron James is an extremely selfish individual. And to me, you cannot explain it away. You cannot justify it by saying, oh, well, he's just doing what's best for him and his family. Hey, you making millions of dollars no matter where you are. So I don't want to hear that. No matter where you're at, you're making millions of dollars. So again, this comes back to just, I want to do what I want to do and forget everybody else. Which brings me to my second point of this video. So D-Wade talks about the 2011 finals. And, a couple of things. He says that he thinks it was good that they lost. And he said the thing that he noticed about LeBron James is that he seemed hesitant. And apparently there was some vacation with, I think D-Wade, his wife, LeBron and Savannah, maybe a couple other people. And but after that vacation, D-Wade said, I think they were in the gym or something, and he actually had to tell LeBron to stop being hesitant. Said something to the effect that, hey, you're the best player in the world, and fanboys, let me go watch the interview. D-Wade says you're the best player in the world, but he also said next to Kobe Bryant. Make sure you watch that part. But anyway, he was like, you're the best player in the world, and basically turned over the reins and say, I'll step aside and I'll figure out, how to be effective without being the focal point. And then he said something that you would never hear LeBron James say. Can we guess what that is? He took responsibility for that 2011 finals loss. He said, maybe I could have done something better as the leader. Maybe the coaching staff could have done something better. But he took responsibility for that. Again, a great leader takes responsibility for the losses. Whenever you hear LeBron James talk about loss, he's very fond of that word we then. When he's talking about losing, he's very fond of the word we. We didn't do this and we didn't do that and we. But when he wins, I was just having a great game and I'm the best player in the world. I'm the GOAT. What do you expect? I can guard all 5 positions. I'm the all-time leading in scoring. What can I say? I'm just great. Teammates, what's that? But yeah, D-Wade took responsibility for those losses, and he even tried to excuse your king. He tried to excuse your king by putting a lot of praise on J.J. Barea. And I'm not saying J.J. Barea wasn't a factor in that. But what I am saying is, don't try to do that to take the heat off of LeBron James getting cooked by Jason Terry. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. Just say it. It's like, if you say it, you'll feel better. LeBron was cooked by Jason Terry. That's the facts. So yeah, like I said, to me, D-Wade had a lot of interesting things to say, but to me, this is just more things that reinforce the criticisms that LeBron gets. It reinforces, him not being a good leader. It's like let me tell you something. It's like D Wade had to tell him, stop playing hesitant. I guarantee you no one ever had to say that to Michael Jordan. Not in the NBA. I guarantee you no one had to tell Kobe Bryant to stop being hesitant. And this is not the first time. There's also an interview with Tyronn Lue where he's talking about that the 2016 comeback and him having to tell LeBron James, hey, you're not giving it your all out there. And LeBron James being upset that he called him out on it. So again, this is just more and stuff that reinforces these criticisms. Fanboys, next time you come in my comments with that BS, go watch that interview with your number one fanboy, Club Shay Shay. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you had a chance to check out that interview with D Wade on Club Shay Shay? And I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. You all have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. All right.